Hi, this is Alejandro Abella. In this video, I'm going to describe an application that I put together for an Android mobile phone. The application simulates a game called Towers. Let's describe the game. First, there are towers of 4 different heights in the easiest type of the game. There is a board of 4x4 where the player puts towers one at a time in the board. There is a challenge card that tells the player how many towers you should be able to see from each point of view: north, south, east, and west. The objective of the game is to place the towers in the way that the challenge card instructs you to do. For example, the card may tell you that 4 towers can be seen from the north point of view. In that case, you put the towers in this order: yellow, orange, red, and green. See the picture and compare the different heights of the towers. So now let's play the game in an Android mobile phone simulator. Here's the Android mobile phone simulator from Google. In the applications directory, we have an icon for the tower application. First, there is a 4x4 board that is empty now, and the player needs to start putting towers in the board so that he can meet his challenge. The challenge card is simulated with the numbers around the board. There are multiple challenges, and those can be selected with the button at the left top square. As we keep clicking, we get different challenge every time. So let's do challenge number 9. Now let's start the game. First, we select the tower of height 1 and we put it on the board. Then we select the height 2 and we put it on the board. Height 3, we put it on the board. We put some others on the board as well. A tower of height 4, we put a couple of those. And finally, let's put another one, another height 1. So at the bottom of the screen, allow the user to see the screen from a different point of view. In this screen, north is the top, south is at the bottom, east is at the right, and west is at the left. Let's click at the north button and watch what happens. In this view, the user can see towers from the north point of view. There are 4 towers in row 1, 1 tower in row 2, 2 towers in rows 3 and 4. So let's come back to the previous screen. Finally, we developed the ability to check if the selections are correct or not. This is done by pressing the CC button at the correct answers are highlighted in green and the wrong answers are shown in red. So here is one in green, another one in green, and the other ones were incorrect. Let's now describe the code behind scenes. The code was developed using Eclipse with the Android ADT plugin. Note there are several main folders. We will concentrate today on the source and rest folders. Let's start with the rest folder. The application was developed starting from the user interface. In Android, the GUI is developed with layout files. In the layout directory, there is a file named XML. Let's take a look at that one. That contains linear layout that organizes the buttons. So here's the linear layout, and then there are a number of buttons on the file. Linear layout and buttons. Let's take a look at another layout file, the one used for the views. In this case, note that we used a text view for the title of the page and also a grid view that organizes the floors on the view. Let's go back to the folders and let's look at the travel directory. We find images used for this application. We find there is an icon for the application, this one, and there are squares for each tower floor. For example, for a green tower, for an orange tower, each one is shown as a 1 square. The idea is that the towers are drawn 1 square at a time. Let's look in another folder now. at the values folder. So here we find a file called strings.xml, in which there are definitions for all the keywords used in the application. For example, the title of the application is shown here. These XML definitions make very easy to do translations to every language in the future. So we may have also a definition for back, or the title of the is view, etc. Let's go back to our folders. So this covers the rest folders. So the main piece of code is written in the tower class. Let's look for that one. So this class extends the activity class. The class contains a number of variables and methods, and perhaps the most important one is the onClick listener function. Let's look for that one. So here we have the onClick function that captures the click events from the user and redirects the flow of the program to the function that draws the number of the tower on the board. You can see after the click the program calls toggle cell that populates the towers on the bottom. Let's look at something else now. So another important part of the program is how the flow is redirected from one activity to the next one. For example, let's search for mNorth listener. Once the user clicks the North button, the application is redirected to the North class that draws the towers from the North point of view. So it goes from the towers class to the North view class. So what else? The rest of the code on this file implements the game logic. For example, we define the challenge cards as an arrays. And also we define the number of rows and columns as a constant, so that it's very easy to extend this program to more rows and columns. So I think that's all for today for the description. Thanks for listening and have a good day.